Okay, let's dive deep today into master data management.
Okay.
MDM, and data governance.
Right.
So we know our listeners out there, you guys are familiar with relational databases.
Yeah.
But MDM, master data management, it's a different beast.
It is.
It's about ensuring that the most critical data that's used across your whole organization is consistent,
absolutely
reliable.
Yes.
So what kind of data are we talking about here?
So we're talking about customer data. We're talking about product information, supplier details, location records.
But like the core entities.
Yeah, the core entities of a business. And MDM makes sure that there is a single version of the truth for that data.
A single source of truth. I like that.
Yes.
So let's say like a company has, customer data in their customer relationship management system.
CRM.
Yeah, CRM. And then they have client data in their billing system.
Right.
And then member data in like their loyalty program.
Yeah.
MDM aims to reconcile those.
Yes.
Right, those variations.
It does.
Okay, and create like a unified view of each customer.
Absolutely. It helps ensure that when you say customer in one department, it means the same thing as customer in sales or in finance or in marketing.
So you don't have those like subtle variations.
Yeah, the subtle variations that can really cause a lot of problems.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But where does data governance fit into all of this?
So data governance is really the guiding force behind master data management.
Yep.
It's the set of rules, processes, standards that ensure that the data is accurate, it's trustworthy, and it's used properly.
So MDM is like creating like this golden record for each customer. Data governance is like the rule book.
It is.
That keeps those records,
consistent.
Clean, consistent. Yeah.
Yeah. Without it, your MDM efforts are probably going to fail.
It's like building a house without a blueprint.
Yeah,
right?
it is. Yeah.
You might have something that stands up.
Yeah.
But it might not be very safe.
Safe. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So
MDM, great. Lots of benefits.
Benefits are clear. But there are some challenges.
There are some challenges. Yeah.
So what are some of those big challenges?
I think one of the biggest is getting everybody on board with this whole thing.
Oh, okay.
You need buy-in from all the different departments.
Oh, yeah.
You got to break down these silos.
Right.
And foster a culture of collaboration.
And everybody's got to agree on how to define the data.
Yeah.
The standards, the processes.
Right.
So how do you get everyone on the same page?
Well, that's where data governance comes in, right? It establishes clear roles and responsibilities. So, for example, you might have a data steward responsible for a particular business function, and that person ensures that the data quality is high and that everything's consistent.
So they're like the data diplomats.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good way to think about it.
Okay.
Another big challenge is just the data quality itself.
Right.
I mean, if you're trying to make one golden record and the data you have is just
a mess.
Yeah, riddled with errors.
Yeah, riddled with errors.
Inconsistent.
Missing information.
It's going to be a really, really tough job.
It's like trying to bake a cake with spoiled ingredients.
It is, yeah. Yeah.
You might be able to like salvage something.
You might be able to make something.
Whoa.
But it's not going to be what you wanted.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
this is why data quality assessment and remediation are so important in MDM.
And how does data governance support that effort?
So data governance provides this framework for defining data quality rules and standards. For example, it might say that all customer phone numbers have to be in a certain format.
Right.
Or all addresses have to be validated against some third-party database.
So it's like a quality control mechanism.
Yeah, it is.
For your data. Okay.
And it also provides a way to track data quality and metrics over time so you can see if what you're doing is actually working.
To prove the value
of
your MDM and your data governance.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so can you give us like a real-world example of how bad data quality can actually impact an organization?
Absolutely.
Something to bring this to life.
So let's imagine a bank. Okay. And they're trying to figure out how much risk they have. They need to make a report that shows all the customers that are behind on their loan payments.
Okay.
Now, let's say they have two different systems.
Okay.
One for like loan servicing, one for risk management.
Okay.
And those systems, they use slightly different definitions of delinquency date.
Like how delinquent the account is?
Yeah, like when did it become delinquent?
Right.
One system might say it's the date the payment was due.
Okay.
And the other one says it's the date that the account was actually flagged as being delinquent.
Okay, so it seems like a really small difference.
It does, yeah.
But I bet it has, like, big consequences.
Yeah, so because of this little difference, the bank ends up with 2 different reports that show different numbers of accounts that are behind on their payments.
So that they don't really know.
They don't really know.
Their risk.
Yeah, and so they might make bad decisions based on that, which could cost them a lot of money.
Yeah, and so that's where data governance comes in.
Right.
Make sure everybody's using the same definition.
Same definition, yeah.
So everybody's speaking the same data language.
The same data language, that's a good way to put it.
Okay, so this is just one example of how data governance supports master data management.
Absolutely.
Helps companies overcome these challenges of managing all this data.
Oh, so data, all this critical data.
Right, okay. I'm curious to learn more about the specifics of how data governance provides that support.
Yeah.
Can we dive into that?
Absolutely.
A little bit deeper.
Yeah.
So we've talked about how important data governance is for MDM. But how do you actually, build this framework?
Right. So there isn't, one right answer to that question. There's no, one-size-fits-all approach.
Okay.
But there are some, common principles and best practices.
Let's talk about those, yeah.
Okay. So the first thing you want to do is establish a data governance council or a committee.
Okay. So that sounds very official.
It is, yeah. It's the governing body for data in your organization.
So it sets the, overall direction?
It sets the strategy, make sure it aligns with the business goals.
Right. And who's on this council?
You want people from different departments.
Okay.
Different levels of the organization.
So it's like a cross-functional team.
It is, yeah.
Okay.
So you want your business stakeholders.
Right.
You want your data experts, your IT people, legal and compliance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, everybody, pretty much.
A lot of people, yeah, because you want all those perspectives to make sure that you're addressing everybody's needs.
Makes sense. Okay. And what are their responsibilities? What do they actually do?
So they're responsible for developing data policies and standards.
Okay.
They define who does what. For data management, they set data quality metrics.
Right.
And they monitor how well the data governance program is working.
So they have a lot of responsibilities.
They do. They also help resolve data disputes.
Oh, okay.
And they make sure that the data is being used ethically and responsibly.
Right.
Because data is powerful.
Yeah, for sure.
It needs to be used in the right way.
Are there any tools or frameworks that they can use?
Yeah, so there are a bunch of frameworks and methodologies out there.
Okay.
Some popular ones are DMBO, COBIT, TOGAF.
Those are...
those are a mouthful.
Yeah.
But they provide, structured approaches for defining these data governance processes and roles and responsibilities. They can help you tailor your program to your specific needs.
So it's not just about creating, a set of rules.
No.
It's about,
It's about a system.
Yeah, a system.
A well-defined system for managing data.
Okay.
And, those data stewards that we talked about, they're really central to this whole thing.
Yeah, they're like the boots on the ground.
They are. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Making sure the data quality is good.
Yes. They're the subject matter experts. They understand their data, how it's used in the business. They work with that council.
The council.
To implement all those policies and standards.
So, if you're dealing with, product data.
Yeah.
You might have a data steward who's an expert in product management.
Exactly. And they would define the data quality rules for that product data.
Right.
And they'd make sure all the product information is consistent across all the systems.
Right. So they're kind of responsible.
Yeah.
For a particular domain.
For a domain, exactly.
So what makes a good data steward then?
So you need strong communication skills. You got to be able to talk about data. To technical people and non-technical people.
Right.
Got to be a good collaborator, work with lots of different people. And of course, you got to understand the data.
So it's this blend of technical expertise. And business knowledge.
Absolutely. And you got to be good with people.
Right. It sounds like to implement data governance.
Yeah.
You need a shift in the whole company culture.
Yeah, it's a big shift. Yeah.
So how do you get people to buy in? How do you get them to embrace it?
You got to communicate the benefits.
Okay.
You got to show people how it can help them do their jobs better, how it can improve decision-making, how it can reduce risks.
So make it tangible, like real.
Make it real, yeah. And you got to train people.
Right. Yeah.
You got to help them understand what it is, why it's important, and how it affects their work.
Right. Provide them with the tools and resources that they need.
Absolutely.
And, I bet there were some people who are like early adopters.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So, like, who are those people usually?
You usually find them in areas that are already data-driven.
Okay.
Like your analytics teams.
Right.
Business intelligence teams.
Right. They understand data.
They get it. They live it. They breathe it.
And they've probably already experienced the pain of bad data.
Absolutely. And when they see how data governance can help, they become like evangelists.
And you can use their success stories.
Absolutely.
To get other people on board.
It's a great way to do it.
So it's about like building momentum.
Yeah, building momentum, showing people that it works.
Right.
And it's not just about the technology, it's about the people.
Yeah.
It's about changing the way people think about data.
So
it's a big shift. Yeah, a big undertaking.
But it's worth it.
Right.
Absolutely.
All right. This has been really insightful.
Yeah.
You've given us a great overview of the data governance framework.
Glad to hear it. From the council to the data stewards to like the culture change.
It's all connected.
I'm sure our listeners are eager to see how this works in the real world.
I bet they are.
So can we get into some real world examples?
Absolutely.
In the next segment?
Let's do it.
Great. But before we move on, I want to remind our listeners to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.
Absolutely.
For more deep dives.
More deep dives.
Into the world of data.
The fascinating world of data.
Stay tuned for part 3.
All right.
Where we will explore real-world examples.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right, welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into master data management and data governance.
Yeah.
In the last 2 segments, we talked about the core concepts, the challenges, and how to build that framework.
A framework, right?
Now let's see it in action.
Let's bring it to life,
with some real-world
examples.
Examples,
Absolutely. Always good to see how these principles are actually applied out there in the real world.
So do you have any like specific examples?
Let's look at this global retail company that was having trouble with like inconsistent customer data across all their different like sales channels.
So like they've got online stores, physical stores,
brick and mortar,
loyalty program. Each one's got its own customer database.
Each one's got his own little silo of data.
So it's like a fragmented view of their customer.
Yeah, very fragmented.
So how'd they fix that?
So they realized they needed to do this MDM thing, master data management.
Right.
They needed this single unified view of their customers.
Right.
But they knew that just having MDM wasn't going to be enough.
Right.
They needed that strong data governance framework.
Right. So they started by establishing a data governance council.
They did, yeah. They got people from marketing, sales, IT, customer service, legal.
So all the stakeholders.
All the stakeholders,
All right. In this council, what did they do?
So they came up with this like comprehensive data governance strategy.
Okay.
They defined policies. They defined standards.
Yeah.
They figured out who was going to do what.
So they had a very structured approach.
Yeah, very structured.
So what else did they do?
So one of the first things they did was they came up with like a consistent definition of customer across all those systems.
Right, because it probably meant something slightly different.
Yeah, slightly different in each one. So they had to like map out all those different attributes and figure out, okay, how do we reconcile these differences?
So they were speaking the same data language.
Same data language, yeah.
Okay, and then?
They also implemented some data quality rules.
Okay.
To make sure the data was complete, accurate, and in the right format.
So they were like attacking the problem at the source?
At the source, yeah.
So they had like validation checks?
Validation checks, yeah.
When people were entering data?
At the point of entry.
Okay.
They also set up a process to monitor the data quality and fix problems.
So they were being like proactive about it?
Proactive, yeah, instead of reactive.
Right, okay. So what happened? Did this actually work?
It did, yeah.
Okay.
So once they had this single view of their customer, they could actually personalize their marketing more effectively.
Right.
Which meant,
people were more engaged. More likely to buy stuff.
Conversion rates went up.
Okay. What else?
Customer service got better.
Because they had all the information.
They had all the information, yeah.
Okay.
And because they had this good data, they could make better business decisions.
So their profitability went up.
Profitability went up, yeah.
Okay.
And operations got smoother.
All right. So it was a win-win.
Win-win.
Okay. So that's a great example of how data governance can really
help a company. Unlock the value of their data.
Right. Give another example.
Let's look at a healthcare organization. They were having trouble with patient data.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it was scattered across all these different systems.
Okay.
And this made it hard to coordinate patient care.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it led to,
mistakes,
errors,
alliterations,
inefficiencies,
yeah.
So what did they do?
They realized they needed this MDM, master data management, and data governance strategy to make sure they had this single, accurate, and up-to-date view of each patient's medical history.
Okay.
So they set up a data governance council.
Okay.
They got people from clinical departments, IT, administration, compliance.
So, again, all those stakeholders.
All the stakeholders, yeah. They wanted to make sure everybody was involved.
Okay, how did they actually go about implementing it? So first, they took a snapshot of their data landscape.
Okay, like an inventory.
Yeah, like an inventory.
Of their data.
Yep. They identified all the different systems that were storing the data.
Okay.
They looked at how the data was flowing, and they figured out where the inconsistencies were.
Right, so they knew what they were dealing with.
Okay. And then they created a roadmap for implementing MDM.
Right.
And data governance. They focused on the areas that would have the biggest impact, for patient care and operational efficiency.
So they were
prioritizing, yeah.
All right, what else?
They made it clear who owned the data.
Okay.
And who was responsible for, the quality of the data.
Right, so they had those data stewards.
Yeah, those data stewards.
Okay, so they're not just setting up the framework.
Right.
They're actually,
They're empowering people.
Yeah, empowering people.
To take ownership of the data.
Right, okay, so how did this turn out?
Really well.
Okay.
Once they had MDM and data governance, they were able to create this
unified patient record.
Yeah, unified patient record.
Okay.
And this meant the data was more accurate.
Okay.
And it was easier to coordinate care.
And this led to better patient outcomes.
Okay.
Because the clinicians, they had this complete and accurate
picture
of the patient's medical history.
Yeah, so they could make better decisions about treatment.
Right. And it also made things more efficient.
Yeah.
Okay.
Less duplicate tests, fewer unnecessary procedures.
So it had a real impact.
Yeah.
On people's lives.
And this is a great example of how data governance, it's not just an IT thing.
Right.
It's a business thing.
Right.
It can really improve how organizations operate.
And how they serve their customers or their patients.
Absolutely.
Okay, these case studies have been really insightful.
Yeah, I think they show how powerful data governance can be when it's done right.
So as we wrap up, what are some key takeaways?
Well, first of all, remember, data governance, it's not a one-time project. It's an ongoing thing.
Okay.
You got to keep working at it.
Right. So it's like a journey.
It's a journey, yeah.
Not a destination.
Okay,
what else?
Don't be afraid to start small.
Okay.
You don't have to do everything at once.
Right.
Find one area where data quality is really important.
Set
some goals, track your progress.
Yeah.
And show people the value.
So get those early wins.
Yeah.
To build momentum.
Exactly.
And last but not least,
remember the people. Data governance is about people.
Right.
Invest in training, communication, collaboration.
Okay.
You got to build a culture.
A data-driven culture.
Where everybody understands the importance of data.
Right.
And they know how to manage it.
Right. Excellent insights.
Well, thank you.
All right. That brings us to the end of our deep dive.
Wow.
Into master data management and data governance.
Big topic.
I hope our listeners feel empowered to start their own
data governance journey.
Right?
Absolutely.
I know I do.
Me too.
Okay, and as always, we encourage our listeners to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.
More deep dives.
Into the world of data.
The fascinating world of data.
Until next time.
Take care.